Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel The Flutter Studio. So in this video we are going to explore two packages related to locations, which are Geolocator plugin and Geocoding plugin. So Geolocator plugin will be providing you the location in terms of coordinates, that is longitude and latitude for a given position or current location. Okay. Second, it has got other features as well, which we are going to discuss further, and we will be using the geocoding plugin because it can convert these coordinates to an actual placemark address, which will be returning its postal number, its location, its country code and so on. So let's get started. So first of all, inside your Flutter project, go to your pubspec YAML file and import these two packages, Geolocator and Geocoding. After this, go to your Android manifest file and over here add this permissions. So this permission will allow you to access the current location of your device. Okay. Now as you can see on our screen that we are having a column of buttons and each button is going to provide some functionality. So let us get first started with geolocation package. So as you can see that this plugin will provide a cross-platform API for generic location functions. So it provides features like get the last known location of your device, get the current location of your device, get continuous location updates. Then we can also check whether the location service are enabled or not. We can also calculate the distance between two given geo coordinates, and we can also calculate the bearing between the two coordinates as well. So in our video we will be looking at the current location. We will check whether the location service has been enabled. We will also check the distance between two geo coordinates, and we will also see how to get the last known location. Okay. So let's get started. So first of all, inside your main.dart file, over here we have created a class myHomepage of stateful widget. Now over here we have defined 4 variables and one geolocator instance. So the geolocator instance and the methods which we are going to use, they always return an object of position. Okay. Then after this position we are having 2 variables. One is of double type to get the distance between two given coordinates, and second is of a string to get our current address. So now we'll go to our build method, and over here you can see we are having one app bar, and in the center we are having a column of our raised buttons. Now the very first raised button is having the title of get location. So over here we will want to fetch the location coordinates of our current location. Okay. So over here we have written inside its onPressed we are calling one method named getLocation, and when it is successfully executed, so it will return a position object. So then we will set our user location, which is of our position object, and we will set its value, which will be written by this particular function. Okay. And when we will get this value, then we want to show it below the text given below this button. Okay. So let us explore this getLocation method. As you can see over here, we are having this getLocation method, which is of a future data type, and it will return a position object. Okay. So as it is future, so we have to make it a sync method, and over here we are having 2 variables. First is a boolean variable to check whether our services are enabled or not, and second is location permission object, which we will be using to check our location permissions are enabled or not. So first we will test whether our location service are enabled. So for that we have written service enabled equals to await. Then we will use our geolocator object dot is location service enabled. So if it is not enabled, then we will return a future error. Otherwise we will go ahead. Now over here, if our services are enabled, okay, then we will check for our location permission. So over here again we will use geolocator dot check permission. So if our permission is location permission dot denied, then we will again call our geolocator object and we will use its request permission. So it will be showing you a dialog box to enable your location permissions. Okay. So if a user denies it, then it will return a future error method. okay, and it will be returning location permissions are denied, okay. Otherwise, if the user select denied forever, okay, if it doesn't allow the app to use any location services, then we will return a future.error method, and here we will return the message of location permissions are permanently denied, so we cannot request permissions. Otherwise, if the user has allowed the application to use the locations, then we will return our geolocator get current position method over here. So by calling this method, we will be getting our current location coordinates. Now over here it is having a property of, it is having an argument parameter of desired accuracy. So this desired accuracy indicates the accuracy of the location data that your app wants to receive. It is having other arguments as well, like distance filter, which will indicate the minimum distance a device must move horizontally before an update event is generated. Second is a time interval, so the minimum amount of time that needs to pass before an event is generated. And last is time limit, which indicates that the maximum amount of time allowed between location updates. So when this time limit is passed, a timeout exception will be thrown, okay. So like we have used this get current position in similar way, instead of this method you can call the get last known position, okay. So that is all. So here we have done that how we can fetch the current location coordinates. So after doing this, when you will be running your app for the first time, then it will ask, then at that time you have to enable your location services, okay. And after this, when you will click on this get location, it will ask you for checking the permissions, okay. And then if you have enabled it, then it will show you your current location coordinates in terms of latitude and longitude as shown over here. So after completing this function, we know now that is going to return our position object. So as you can see over here, earlier we have set the state of our user location position object equals to the value, which will be getting returned by this future method, okay. Now we will explore our second button, which is get distance in meter. So inside this button press, what we have done, we are setting the state of our distance in meter variable, which is of double type. And here what we are doing, that we are using the geolocator dot distance between method. Here you have to pass 4 parameters. So these 4 parameters are start latitude, which indicates the latitude of the start position, start longitude, then end latitude, which will be the latitude of your destination position, similarly and longitude. So after providing these 4 parameters and setting its state, so here below this button we are having a text, okay, and here we will be returning our distance in meter to string. So currently we have not pressed this button, so that's why it's showing null. Otherwise now if I press it, so it will give me the return distance in meters, okay. Now third button indicates, as you can see, which indicates open app settings. So geolocator package also provides us further. So the geolocator plugin also provides us the methods to open our application settings as well as location settings. So here as you can see that inside our open app settings button, in its on press method, we are using the geolocator.openappSettings method, okay. So because it is of future type, we have made our on press method async and we have used the await keyword. So if I click on this open app settings method, so as you can see over here, it will show you the application settings of our current application, okay. Here you can check all the permissions which have been allotted to your application or not. Now we will go back to our screen again, and here you can see that we are having our fourth raised button, which is for opening the location settings for this particular app. So in the same way, we are going to create an on press method of async type, and here instead of opening app settings, we will open location settings. So when you will click on this button, here you will see the list of applications on your device which are having the location settings enabled for them, okay, which have been allotted the location permissions enabled, okay. Now we will see our last button, which is get address from a particular coordinates. So for this feature we have used our geocoding package. Okay. So as you can see over here, inside its onPress method we are calling a get address from latitude and longitude method. Okay. And we have used a current address variable which is of string data type. So if it is null, then it will show nothing on our text widget, other it will show our current address. Okay. So let me show you that what are the other methods are provided by geocoding package. So as you can see over here that this particular package is provides easy geocoding and reverse geocoding features. Okay. So this package particularly provides two methods only. First is that to fetch a location from a given address. As you can see over here, you can write down your address, okay, and then it will fetch the coordinates for you in a list of locations. Okay. So after getting a list of locations, you can access them according to your need. And the second function is to convert the given coordinates to a place mark. So for that we are having a place mark from coordinates method, which will take two parameters. First is the longitude and second is the longitude of the position whose address you want to fetch. So this will return a list of place marks. Okay. So let us get started with our geocoding package. So over here we will go to our get address from latitude and longitude method. So here as you can see, this is also of a future return type. So we have made this function async, and here we have written down this method inside a try catch block. So for fetching the current coordinates of the current position, we have used our geolocator package. Okay. Now you can also use the geocoding package for the same function. Okay. But we have already used, so that's why we are going to use the geocoding package just to fetch the address for a particular coordinates. So for that we have written a list of place marks and we have called our place mark from coordinates method. Here I have given some coordinates of a particular location, and after receiving a list of place mark, we want to access the very first place mark that have been returned. And then we will set the state of our current address variable. So inside this string we will be having our place mark. Now this place mark is having the properties like locality, postal code and country. Okay. So that is all. Now when you will click on this button, so as you can see over here, it has given me the location of the given coordinates, which is of Enschede 7534 kk of Netherlands. Okay. So over here Netherlands is our country code. Okay. And 7534 kk is our postal code and Enschede is our locality. So that's all for this video. So I hope that you have learned properly that how to use geolocator and geocoding and what are their purpose. So this might be helpful for your Flutter application. So if you find this video useful and helpful, then do share, like and subscribe it. And till then, keep practicing and keep fluttering.